Good day, everyone. We are the Sayangtists, and today we will discuss the population dynamics. To start off, what is population dynamics? Population dynamics is the change in the population of species over time. There are three factors that affects the population dynamics, which are the demographic factors, population growth, and the population regulation. So, what are the demographic factors? These are the processes wherein movement in the population is observed. Nag-i-increase ang population through birth and immigration, and nagde-decline naman ito through death and emigration. So, how can we see the change in the population? It can be seen through first, the age structure. Dito makikita natin kung nag-i-age na ba yung population through dependency ratios. The old age dependency ratio identifies the number of individuals na matatanda na, and the youth dependency ratio identifies kung ilang individuals sa population ang bata pa. On the other hand, ang total ng dalawang nabanggit na ratio ay nagre-result sa total dependency ratio. Second way to observe the movement in the population is the life tables. Dito natin makikita ang birth and death rates ng mga individuals sa isang population sa iba't ibang life stages. Lastly, we have the survivorship curve. The survivorship curve is the graphical visualization of the life table. There are three types of survivorship curve. Ang type 1 are also known as the case strat, kung saan ma-observe ang high survivorship sa early to middle age due to prenatal care, pero mataas ang mortality rate pagdating sa old age. An example of species under this survivorship curve is us, the humans. The type 2 survivorship curve, on the other hand, has a linear death curve, meaning mataas ang mortality regardless of age. Under nito ay ang mga species na hindi nakaranas ng prenatal care. Lastly, the type 3 survivorship curve, or ang R strategies. Mataas ang mortality sa early age pero sustained yung survivorship sa middle to old age, like for example, the trees. Moving forward to population growth. Apart from visualizing the changes in the demographic factors, may mga models din na ginagamit para makita ang paglaki ng population in connection to the available resources. First is the exponential growth model. There are two stages in the model, which is the lag and the log, or yung continuous na pagtaas ng individuals, also known as the per capita growth rate sa population. Dahil wala siyang limit or environmental resistance factors, ang graph ng exponential growth model ay J-shaped curve. Next, we also have the logistic growth model. Unlike sa exponential, meron siyang four phases, which are the lag, the log, the stationary, and the decline. Sa model na ito, meron ng limit na tinatawag na carrying capacity. Kapag umabot na yung population growth sa stationary phase, or yung stable na ang birth to death rate, ibig sabihin na reach na nito ang carrying capacity or yung resources na available para sa organisms. After that, magkakaroon na ng decline sa population. Compared sa exponential growth model na napataas lang, nagiging S-shape ang graph ng logistic dahil sa ceiling or carrying capacity. In connection to this, we also have the population regulation or the environmental resistance factors. These factors are classified into two. First is the biotic factors or the density-dependent factors. Dito, nakadepende sa dami ng organisms ang galaw ng population. For instance, nagkakaroon ng decline kapag may nag-e-emerge na disease sa population. Nakakaapekto rin ang predation, both sa population ng prey and sa predator, which means mayroong negative feedback mechanism ang environment. Nagkakaroon din ng decline sa population dahil sa competition for food or resources. Kapag masyado ng maraming individuals sa population, ito yung mga ways to regulate and maintain the limit para hindi lumampas sa carrying capacity. And lastly, we have the abiotic factors or the density-independent factors. This is another way to regulate the population. But unlike the density-dependent factors na nagre-rely sa galaw ng organisms against each other within a population, ito naman ay nagre-rely sa abiotic factors like natural disasters, climate, and etc. And hindi siya predictable. Again, this is the factors that affects the population dynamics. We are the scientists and thank you for listening.